Podcast. Oh man, I should have had like the voice. I should have the voice do that. Hold on. Let's see if I can do that again. Welcome to the Machine Room Podcast. Was that epic enough?
That was super epic.
Thank you very much. I'm your host, Nostradamus, and along with me is your other host, Hammer of Venus.
Yeah.
It's the 69th episode, but we're not going to perform 69 on each other.
No.
That's not going to happen, guys.
And I'm gay, so that wouldn't work.
There you goes. Then it would have been a really special episode. You know, usually I'm gay, but this episode...
But tonight, though.
Just for y'all, we're going to go all the fuck out. We're live, right? Okay, I was about to say, man. Shit, I went on there and I didn't see anything. But yes, welcome to the Machine Room Podcast. We made it to episode 69. Never did we think we'd make it this far. I can just imagine when we get to 100. When we get to 100, we're going to have to, like, fucking skydive off a military plane into a toilet, but not a real toilet, but a pool that's designed as a toilet made of mac and cheese.
Yes.
I'm just making this up as I go.
You can tell.
I'm trying to de-extreme it as I go.
So you're just trying to say random shit?
Yes. Shout out to my boy D-Extreme. But we're here and we're glad to be here, and we hope you're here listening to us, and we hope you're here with us. We already see Just Plain Dro right there. Let's give a round of applause. Let's give a round of applause for Just Plain Dro. This man has been with us throughout this freaking journey, and we appreciate those that show up and, you know, are there for us and supporting us. So, Dro, you the man. You get a fart out of that.
Man. You got a celebratory fart.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. But I'm really happy to be here. And Racheal, how you been? What you been up to?
Just work and all that kind of, labor slavery.
The labor slavery, the shit that we just gotta keep on doing.
What else are we gonna do?
Right? But
invent something?
Don't you get fucking pissed off when there's people who are not working and they're living a life?
Yeah, I mean, they're on Twitch.
Yeah. I mean, they're working, but not like working. You know what I'm saying, right?
I do.
You get what I'm saying. It's shit. I saw a post and it was like, remember those Lisa Frank fucking notebooks and whatnot and everything?
I love that shit.
And then it said that she has a net worth of $200 million
for stickers.
She made money off of that shit. We completely fucking blew it. We should have been working on stickers or something. Girls are the market. You realize that? They're the market.
All you gotta do is invent stickers for girls, and you're rich.
Bam. Business. The cuter the better. The chibier the better. People love chibi. And it's not just girls, it's like guys too, like little chibi characters and whatnot.
I don't know what that is.
Chibi is like I guess it's Japanese for like really small, you know? So say you get your character, say like it's Batman, but you make Batman little chibi, little cute and shit. Short and cute and chibi. Unless I'm saying it wrong, but I believe that's the phrase it's supposed to go to.
I'll take your word for it.
There you go. Take my word for it. I am the complete form of information. Complete form of information. But I want to talk about. I want to get on the subject right now because I was seeing this on Twitter today. Right. This is the kind of stuff that kind of like triggers me, because there's always the if you're a girl, then you're supposed to be into this, or you're supposed to be like that, right? And if you're a guy, you're supposed to be into this, and you're supposed to be like that, right? And there was this post that said, "This is a man's room," and it showed the bedroom, and it looks all, nice, clean, basic, you know. And then I'm like, man, fuck you, like, Then I started seeing the posts. I was looking through the threads, and then start seeing the posts of the rooms that is like mine, geeky, like this is a man's room, like this is it. And it was funny enough that I went to my Instagram, and this guy that I met, and is a cool guy, and I haven't seen him in like in a good minute, but I definitely need to like what's the phrase I'm looking for?
Pickle
Meet up.
dick.
What? I definitely need to like meet up with this guy and hang out. But he's a comedian and funny dude, and he put up a video of what I guess is his room right now, and it looks like
Hmm.
totally 90ish. Like we're talking like old school VHSs of
Oh,
movies and
nice.
and toys and old Power Ranger posters, and I mean like full out. And I'm like, yeah, like that's how it is. It's more congested than mine's, but I've been there, like I know exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's just, what defines what a man's room is, what defines what a woman's room is. I understand, like, so it's, everybody's not like us, everybody's into their own things. I'm different than you, you're different than me, you know, but I don't want to be. Oh, I always felt if there was something whenever since I got on the internet, something to be like, be proud of who you are and what you represent, and it's if there's anything me and the guys show that you could be urban but be geeks and stuff like that, so I don't like to be attacked that way. My room has I got Power Ranger bed sheets, you know what I'm
Yes, you
saying?
do.
I do, and the room
Grown
full
ass
of
man.
comics, action figures, and all this shit. Which it's always like to show a girl the room at first. It's always like, oh shit, how's it gonna take it? Like Rocio, I was afraid. Like I didn't know how she'll take it, but she was like, oh, this is kind of cool, and that's the cool people right there. But don't say what a guy should be, especially when guys are like, don't you know video games are not for adults and they're for kids or whatever. You should have stopped playing video games in college and whatnot. Like, fuck are you? What? No, you know,
Yeah,
like that
that
was like
sounds like somebody that was trying to make a statement or something.
like they're too cool for school or something.
Yeah, like they think that their shit doesn't stink.
Their shit stink. They shit stink for real.
But what about gay guys? What is a gay guy's room supposed to be like? What is a construction worker's room supposed to look like? What is a lawyer's room supposed to? Everybody's different. So you can't have a blanket statement like that. Everybody's room is going to be different.
You pointed all those out, and I already had in my head. I already envisioned what their rooms are like. Construction guy's room is like Mustangs on the wall and hot
Yes.
chicks and sports. A lawyer is like we're talking American Psycho kind of place,
Killing himself like this.
Yes. um, I guess that's yeah. They all fit in the criteria. Uh, I don't know. I mean, the pictures I saw of the rooms were pretty nice and whatnot, but I just nah, man. Nah, it's a different world now compared to then,
To win.
to when other people were growing up, where I believe, I don't know because I didn't grow up that time, but I believe that they grew up that at a point they were like, all right, you gotta stop being childish and being a kid, and you gotta start being more of an adult and like and do adult things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When we grew up we grew up to Toys R Us, and they said, "Never grow up, be a Toys R Us kid," and that's exactly what we did. we
It's
just
true.
we grew up, but we're like Dude, we still go crazy for like Ninja Turtles. We go crazy for Power Rangers. We go crazy for cartoon shows, and we go
Nerf
crazy
guns.
Nerf guns. We go crazy for video games. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we're still kids at heart. What is Keanu Reeves' bedroom like? D player said, "What is Keanu Reeves' bedroom like?"
That's what I want to know.
I okay for Reeves. I picture not much because Keanu Reeves is someone who's not materialistic.
He's very simple.
Yeah, he's very simple. So I think he probably doesn't even live in a mansion. He probably lives in like in a freaking uh
Basic
a,
ass house.
a garden apartment or something, you know?
Right?
Like a garden apartment in New York or some shit. Who knows? All weapons, no puppies. You think art, a lot of art. There's this one movie on Netflix. I forgot what it's called, man. And it's with the Asian chick. She's a comedian, and also has the other Asian dude that's a comedian. And the movie is about how they were best friends, but he liked her. And at one point in the movie, she's dating Keanu Reeves, like
Oh, shit.
as himself, and he's playing Keanu Reeves, but he's playing himself as a douchebag, like a stuck up celebrity douchebag. It's fucking hilarious, and then he gets in a fight with the dude. It's awesome for Keanu Reeves to go and have fun like that, you know?
Yeah.
I forgot why I got there. It just like it was Keanu Reeves. So yeah. Oh, because he said I think art. And that thing, he was one that was like very artsy fartsy kind of Keanu Reeves.
Mm-hmm.
So if anything, maybe that is Keanu. Maybe he is an artsy fartsy kind of guy. I just think he sleeps in a room full of just motorcycles.
Probably. He just sleeps in a garage.
Yep, just nothing but motorcycles. He got a custom made motorcycle bed like a kid,
There you go.
but bigger so he could fit him and his girl. He is with someone,
That's true,
but
yes. I always
yeah.
forget that because you always see pictures of him by himself.
No, he came out. I want you to meet Saba. That's what I say. That's how I pick it up. Always be my maybe. There you go. So, for those of you that are interested in that movie, and it's a really good movie. It's funny and it's good. It's a Netflix film called Always Be My Maybe. But I recently saw another Netflix film called The Night Comes for Us, and it's just a big all out martial arts movie, and I'm talking about like, you ever seen The Raid or no?
I don't think so.
No, that's really good. The Raid 1 and 2, preferably the first one. But this movie is kind of with those people, or at least one of those people. Probably maybe the team, like the stunt team behind it. But this movie is like if someone took a martial. It's like we're gonna take this martial art movie. We're gonna mix it with this game called Sleeping Dogs, and that kind of martial art fighting where you use your surrounding, and we're gonna have everybody get just completely fatality like they're in Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
It's basically what this movie is. Like
That
from
sounds
beginning,
epic.
it's so fucking like the whole time I'm like, what the fuck? The deaths in this movie is crazy. Okay, but it's really great intense fights, crazy fucking deaths. People are getting fucked up, and yeah, it was brought to my attention. It says on Netflix. So I was like, all right, I'll check it out, and I didn't want to stop watching. Like the plot is basic. It's your guy who's helping the triad, and then he decides to change his way because of a little kid, and then he's trying to protect the kid. Basically the concept, but the fights are just like
What is it
all out.
called?
The night comes for us,
I've
and
heard
it
of that. I've heard that name before.
right. It sounded familiar. It probably just kept
Yeah.
popping up on our Netflix, and you're just like, oh, whatever, you know. But it's Indonesian, so it's all subtitled, but
Oh, wow.
it's really crazy, and you thought like you watched John Wick and you saw how he took people out, but this is like rated super R on deaths, to the point where it feels like it's a horror movie, just how people are getting fucked up.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Really good. What are these guys talking about? Right now, for those who are listening, right now I'm just looking in the chat room and I'm just trying to see what's going on here. D player is saying Ed Boon room is probably filled with all Mortal Kombat figures. Uh, Danny, oh, shout out to Danny, is saying probably that will be quite the opposite of his Twitter as he better talks about Mortal Kombat. And Dro said, I was gonna say it's probably filled with autopsy photos to inspire the next fatality.
I agree.
They said Mortal Kombat is sold over. I'm probably flipping this either 12 million or 21 million copies
I
today.
thought it was 12.
It's 12 million, right? That's a whole lot of moolah.
That's a lot of games.
That's a lot of games. Even my dumbass bought that shit twice.
Twice?
Yeah, because I got it on the Switch, and it was cool, but the graphics aren't like up to par. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then there was a sale for the Ultimate Edition for the PS5, and that's like with the upgrade PS5 graphics. So I was like, fuck it, and I got it. It was like
Nice.
$11 or something, you know. I was like, fuck it,
Oh, sweet.
fuck it. There's always some sale. There's always some sale. There goes your dogs in the back.
Not even in the back. They're right in front of me.
They're right in front. They're trying to go for the gold. They're trying to go for the gold. The gold. Speaking of Olympics, I didn't even know this happened.
What?
The Olympics. I didn't know that shit was happening.
Oh yeah, it's like huge right now.
It is huge, and I'm not seeing anything. I just see pictures, this and that, but not really any clips. And you know, we're in the day of age where clips are a thing.
Right.
You can't catch everything. Everything is shared around and blah blah. But I'm not seeing much of it. Or maybe I'm not looking far enough. But from what I heard and seen, because it's in Tokyo, there's a lot of big like influences from anime and the culture, and that is having real fun. Apparently, this guy who was doing parasailing had a tattoo of the last Airbender on his head. Well, no, he cut his hair as the arrow and painted it blue.
Nice.
And apparently, he won gold. You see, there's like really super geeky stuff happening in the Olympics, and I'm not catching any of it. This stuff also like airs like overnight, doesn't it?
Yeah. So usually I get all the updates about it in the morning. Like it'll say, so and so won this and that, and I don't know who these people are. So I'm like, right on, that's cool for them.
What's this award? What's this new sport? I wish I could see something.
Dress says not should tattoo the Aang arrow live for episode 100 on his forehead. I agree with that.
And you imagine me with a fucking airbender tattoo? No, I can't do it. I can't do it.
You got a blank canvas right up there, so you might as well fill it in.
I do. I could have Rocio like draw it on my head
every day for the rest of your life.
like I'm on a movie set. The rest of my life is a movie set, and I just gotta do the fucking hours of preparation every morning. Call in work. Hello. Yeah. I can't come in today. I'm not prepped yet for work. I still got like another 2 hours before I get my tattoo in.
Oh, your makeup done, yeah.
Yeah, before I get my makeup done. So get someone to cover me. I can see that happening.
I don't know what's up with my mic, but every time I touch it, it makes a grounding sound.
I don't know.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, I hear that.
Why?
I hear that. They all hear that. I don't know. I'm supposed to get like I need to invest in that. The hell's that thing called? I'm supposed to go in front of the mic.
Spit guard.
Yeah, some shit like that.
The spit guard.
Some shit like that. Whatever. Something. I don't even got anything over this, so apparently you could hear me go.
They do.
Look at you.
See, it's gold. I
Oh.
love gold.
Oh, the smell of it, the texture. Yo, I saw Gold Member so many damn times.
That movie's great.
Too many damn times. The pop filter. There you go. It's her fault. It's freaking Gina's fault. She pointed it out like, "Hey, you fucking popping and shit." And I'm like, I don't hear it. She's like, "You need to get this pop filter with your puss ass." And I'm like,
I bet that's what she said.
she would say that. The P's are like gunshots in my ears. Well, I'm sorry. I gotta be all the way over here, and then I have to put it loud because I don't want. I want to make sure you guys could hear me. So what you're telling me is I can't do ASMR with this. Imagine ASMR, bro. It's like baseball ASMR, and
Oh God.
he's running to first base and safe,
That's more like golf ASMR.
right? And he's hitting. Shh, we need to hear the grass grow and a swing. Oh, a birdie.
Joe called you Popstradamus.
Popstradamus. That's my album. That's my
That's
pop
the
album.
album name. Yep.
Yeah, that's my first pop album. I'm gonna get all the big pop stars from then and now in it. Actually, it's just gonna be them singing and performing, and I'm just in the background like P Diddy, and I'm just gonna call it Popstradamus.
You did that on the Jello Jello video.
I did. I was supposed to be. I did my best P Diddy.
You're in like
Okay.
every scene.
Okay. For those that are not watching this and just listening, Rachel decided to just go like super cool mode. Okay. She busted out her cigarette. She took that little pause right there. Is like, breathe it in, blew it out, and then decided to complete her sentence.
That's what you do.
She's Andrew Dice Clay in it right now, for sure. I'm expecting her. There it is. There it is. She did it over the head. Oh.
I grew up
Pop,
with that shit.
popping
I
a lot.
actually
Yeah, that.
that like one of the few times in my life I've met my real dad. He made me a tape of Andrew Dice Clay, and I took it to a friend's house, and his mom heard it and took it from us. She goes, "If you want it back, you need to tell your mom and your dad to come get it." And I was like, "No, you can keep it." No, you don't need to know I have that. I was like 11 or 12 listening to
Yes.
Andrew Dice Clay.
You had to give him. You had to give him a stinger back. You know what? You can keep it. Oh, and then Little Miss Muffet. You know what he said, Little Miss Muffet, and then he says something.
He says words, yes.
He says words. We agree and acknowledge that today they're not really like they don't go very well today. His jokes.
Oh my God, no. Like his
Yeah.
whole act would just be obliterated by Karens.
Yeah. Yeah. He can't. He can't go. Which is amazing because I saw him in that. What was that fucking Lady Gaga movie that won all the awards and shit like that with Rocket Raccoon. Bradley Cooper. There you go. It was it was a
I
remake
have
of
it.
the other
It's
one.
a remake of a remake.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you seen it?
Oh, I've seen it, cried my eyes
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Remember that the Dice Man is the father, Lady Gaga's
That's right,
father.
he is.
I was like, whoa, is that the Dice Man? And he was doing pretty well, and I was like, all right, cool, man. You got gigs. You got gigs.
He's still getting work. He was on what was that show on HBO for that was on forever about the group of guys in Hollywood?
Entourage.
Entourage, yeah, he was on that a lot.
That did go on forever, didn't it?
That went on way too long.
I didn't watch
I didn't watch it either.
it.
I just knew of it, and I knew Andrew Dice Clay was on it.
I just knew of it, and I knew this guy who's funny, who played his manager or his agent. Oh my god, Come on, he was in Gross Point Blank. Remember?
Oh, the dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fuck.
From the goods.
Yes, I love that movie.
Oh man, what is his name? Damn it! I don't remember from Gross Point Blank. He was like, after he saw Homeboy kill Homeboy in the hallway, and then they go back down there to the fucking party. They were about to get a drink, and then he turned his like, "Hi, I'm whatever, and I'm a car salesman. What have you been doing for 10 years?" And then you hear the music, "Mirror in the bathroom." You know,
I love that song.
the movie's so good.
I want to say Jesse Pinkman, but that's Breaking Bad.
Yeah, it's
But he
Breaking
has a
Bad.
name like that.
Something like that. Somebody here help me. Somebody here help me. Oh, speaking of Breaking Bad, shout out to Bob Odenkirk, Better Call
Yes,
Saul.
he had a heart attack.
He had a heart attack, and but he made it. He's good.
Yep.
He's in good
Health.
condition, good health. Yeah, Jeremy Pivens. There you go.
Jeremy
That's the
Piven.
motherfucker
See,
name.
Pinkman
Short
wasn't
ass,
far. Pivens,
short ass,
Pinkman.
funny Jeremy. But yeah, Bob Odenkirk isn't good, and I was just like, oh man, no, because I of course I know him because of Better Call Saul and whatnot. I totally forgot that he was one half of Mr. Show. I knew I seen him
Oh
somewhere.
yeah.
I totally forgot he was one. I knew I seen him somewhere. That name, I was like, man, I know this guy from somewhere, but it was just. But after I saw Nobody, that guy got like super on my respect, and
Especially the bus scene.
oh yeah, I just hope there's another. They'll make another one. That movie
It,
was so freaking good.
it's so if you haven't seen it yet, please watch it. It's really, really good.
Please
Especially if you
watch.
like CIA action movies, that kind of
And
thing.
and if
He
you like John Wick,
reminded
cause
me of like a Jason Bourne kind of thing.
yeah, yeah, it's really good. We're in that age. We're in that age where the old guys are the action stars, and who really start like when I think about it, it goes far back as Liam Neeson. I don't know of anyone else before him, but I can
Bruce
remember
Willis.
Bruce. He should be right now. I don't know what he's doing like all these straight to you know
DVD.
yeah, I guess that's still the phrase for it, but he's doing all these straight to DVD movies, which I'm like, damn, like I like Bruce Willis. Am I missing out on something? I
But
want to see
he's
his.
always all these movies that he's in that do go straight to DVD. If you watch them, they're like Bruce Willis playing Bruce Willis.
Pretty much. There's one that just got on Netflix, and this one was on my radar too because I always saw it on Vudu, and it's called Cosmic Sin, and it's with Bruce Willis on there and shit like that. And then I see a trailer, and then they're doing this like talk around this desk in the spaceship, and you see everybody's faces, and then you just see Bruce Willis looking like Bruce Willis, acting Bruce Willis. You see him in the
He's
cover, and he just has the Bruce Willis face.
in every movie.
Every movie, he's just there. He did it. He's doing a lot with Frank Grillo, that's for sure.
Is he really?
Yeah, so far I've seen like 2 or 3 movies where it's like Bruce Willis, Frank Grillo, Hudson Hawk 2. I wish. I fucking wish. Okay, so let's backtrack to the freaking chat room. Gina's laughing at me because of the way I sang the song. That's how I do my songs, man. I'm gonna do this whole freaking. There's gonna one day you're gonna watch TV. It probably won't even happen. No, you know what? One day I'm gonna have a commercial that's gonna appear on just your apps. It'll appear on fucking Netflix. It'll be the first ever commercial on Netflix, even, and it's
All
gonna be
over
like
Hulu.
or and Hulu and everything, and it's gonna be Naz sings your favorite songs his way and shit, and it's just my way of singing them, barely saying any words, but getting the rhythm right and shit, and the vowels and all that. It's gonna be a hit.
Making up your own words.
It's gonna be a hit. It's gonna be a fucking hit. Danny said that it was a minor clog that uh Odenkirk had. He didn't go into surgery. Oh shit! girl was talking about before Bruce Willis, there was Demi Moore and Charlie's Angel. You know, it's funny because
Oh my god.
I thought about Charlie's Angel because we were shopping at Costco and Rocio said something about like, and I'm gonna moonwalk, and you see me moonwalking, right? And I was like, yeah, that's. It wasn't a moonwalk, of course. And I was like, well, I told her like, look, it looks way better than Drew Barrymore's moonwalk in Charlie's Angels. I have to say, like, if there's one memorable scene in that movie, it's fucking Demi Moore, Drew Barrymore,
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore, Demi Moore. Huh?
But Demi Moore stole that movie. She was so fucking sexy and awesome in that movie.
Wasn't she? Wait, that was the second one.
It was the second one, yeah.
Yeah, that was the second one. The first one is where Barrymore does the moonwalk. You know, I never saw Mr. Show. I didn't. I knew of it. Maybe I was. Well, no, that's not an excuse. I don't want to say I was too young because I watched fucking Kids in the Hall and I was young as shit. I was probably too young to be watching Kids in the Hall. I think way too young, but I watched it. Mr. Show, no, I didn't watch it. I knew
I
of it.
always I always caught the end of it. Like I never watched like a full episode. It was like it would come on and it would be like right at the end of the episode. I was like, I need to watch this from the beginning, and I never did.
Was it like a sketch show?
Kind of. They did like random shit that was funny.
I guess I should like. I'm kind of interested to check it out. Maybe now my older, mature self would appreciate it. But I think back then I was just like, ah. But then again, like I said, I watched Kids in the Hall. That was fucking crazy, and I laughed at it. And I
I used
watched
to
guys.
watch The State on MTV.
Well, everything MTV, I think I probably watched. Because MTV was cool. Carson Daly. Fucking Carson Daly, like, owned that shit. Is that guy still around?
He's around somewhere. I think he's still doing hosting stuff.
He's still hosting. I think, isn't he doing like the late something something?
I think
And
so.
it was like a talk. Last I remember, because I don't even watch TV anymore. But last I remember, he had like a talk show kind of format. But then he just said like fuck that, and then it was just like a show kind of format where he'll be at a bar. It's like, hey, I'm Carson Daly. Welcome to whatever whatever. I went and talked to this person, blah blah blah, and then cut to, and then it's just like a edited shit and cool flashes and and fucking
Post
MTV.
production.
Yeah, post production shit, MTV Cribs angles and shit.
Which they're bringing back, by the way.
Are they?
Yep.
I laughed at how I did that when he went to the Buki and I did my own, and I'm just doing like stupid, crazy kind of shots like that. It's like, from my memory, this is how they did it. It's just stupid. I didn't get to watch Chris Rock show because I didn't have cable. That's Danny right there. Matt TV was my first sketch show ever. It's my favorite. Really, Danny? I guess you were too young for In Living Color?
Probably.
Probably.
That was my shit back in the day. I used to watch that before bed.
Living Color was god tier sketch comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish they put it somewhere.
I do too. I would love to watch. Like, there's like random episodes that I think of, and I have no way of watching them.
Right? And I say that when I got all happy that all of Mad TV is on HBO Max, and I still haven't watched all of them. I'm slacking. My bad. But I definitely would like just the option. The point is, I want to know that I can go there and see it if I
Yes.
want to see it. That's it. That's all I want. All I want to know. Everything that has ever been produced and made and shown should be available somewhere for me to watch it.
It should. And a lot
At
of
my
shit's
pleasure.
not.
Yeah. Like, I know I could watch all of Three's Company right off of fucking Pluto TV. That's fucking fantastic,
And my mom got into Pluto TV, and she's all like super hyped about it. Like, Have you ever heard of this? I was like, yeah, I heard about it years ago when it came out.
Now it's all blown up. I should get my mom onto that. She's all, there's nothing on TV. And I'm like, this is when I turn to the guy. It's the Wicked Witch of the West. You know, like I'm telling like there's fucking applications and I'm trying to hook you up with it. I guess it'll be easier if I got her a smart TV
You
instead of
should.
trying to, yeah, instead of trying to, you know, figure out a Roku stick and get a smart TV and that way just be a bloop bloop, get it one and done.
But we're 30 minutes in. Let's go to the topic of today, which we did. We talked about the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
But and right now my roommate is watching the Mexican soccer game, so that's you might hear that somewhere in the background. But we wanted to talk about sports, and it's not something that geeky people usually talk about because a lot of geeks don't watch sports. But I don't either. I watch hockey and like some fights every now and then, but I know you watch wrestling, which is a big thing.
Like crazy.
So we could talk about that some, like, because I used to watch wrestling, like
It's
late 90s, early 2000s.
it's funny you say like most geeks don't watch sports, but and that's what I thought too. But then everybody I know is watching sports and following along sports. The geekiest of guys following along sports, and then I'm surprised. I'm like, how do you keep up? You know,
Right.
how do you keep up with all this? I don't know anything. Right now, I can tell you though. Right now, Chicago is Chicago is fucking crying. Well, if you're a Cubs fan, because they lost all their main players that fucking won them the championship like years ago.
Right.
They got all traded off and they're all like, "Oh no!" And I went to a coworker and I was like, "Haha, you guys suck again. Enjoy your fucking championship because you're gonna spend another 100 years trying to get a one." Ha! I don't give a fuck.
You said it just like that.
Yup, I did. I did say it just like that. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I laugh at it. They're all crying and making a big deal. Rosia saw a post. There was this woman. She's like, "Oh no, I'm so sad and blah blah." And it's like the picture of her baby on her stomach, and but it's wearing a Cubs jersey and it says the name Rizzo on it. Whatever. I think it's Rizzo. I don't know. I don't know players. And she was like, "This bitch." For a second there, I thought she lost her baby, but she's just talking
Oh.
about the Cubs. I was about to say, "I'm sorry for your loss," blah blah. And I'm like, "No, honey, she's crying like every other Cubs fan that they just lost. Fucking, they traded off their players and shit." And I laugh at it. I don't know.
So many people take that kind of shit to heart, like, and then they say we, like people that talk about their sports team, they say we. I'm like, you're not playing. You don't
You know,
play.
I can relate though because in the field of wrestling, as you were saying, the WWE just gave up somebody, and a lot of people are like, "What the fuck?" Because he was like one of the top contenders, even though he barely was on TV, but
The
he
guy that
was,
played the Fiend.
yeah, the Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
So they let him go, and everybody's like, "The fuck." And they do it for budget cuts, and it's fucked up. And I can relate too. I was like, "Oh man, you know that kind of sucks." But it's not the end of the world because this day and age, unlike before, there's another organization that they're gonna go and fucking flourish in and do
Hmm.
even better. But it's still one of those things. Like to me, it's two different worlds. Where, as in one world, you're this character and you create this shit, and you want them to flourish in that world. Once they're taken out of that world and they go somewhere else, they have to rebuild. You know,
Right.
and then they create something else that's almost some kind of likeness to that other character in that world, but he has to make it something his own because of all the copyright shit, you know,
Hmm.
different name and all that stuff. So it feels not as special as say. Imagine if it's the Undertaker and he's the Undertaker here, but in a parallel universe, he left and he went to WCW and he's just his name, whatever the fuck his name is, I forgot. And and he's not the Undertaker no more, but he shows shades of the Undertaker. But you like, I'd rather him be over here and be that, you know.
When he was a
So
biker.
yeah, he came out to fucking Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was the
That
shit.
happened a lot too. Like a lot of people from WWE went to WCW and then vice versa. So
Hmm.
it was like you had to watch both because you never know where people were going to show up. But
Yeah.
like you said, they would never show up under the same name,
No.
or they would just use their real name.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna get to. They used their real name, and their real name, now that I think about it, was special then because that was unheard of. You
Right.
didn't see wrestlers using their real names. So when Razor Ramon and Big Diesel, Kevin Nash showed up in WCW as just themselves, and
Yep.
we're invading, and we're WWE, then there was a bigger deal. It's like, oh shit. But not these day and age. People don't really. Well, yeah, some people use their real names, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
But in the end, it's not like you lost anybody. And I understand these sport fans where they lose a team member that represent their city and to bring a championship, and then you're like, oh no. But there's always a thing about rebuilding and remaking. I look, just because I don't follow sports and such doesn't mean I don't like. I don't really care, but I do care in a sense. I love going to games. I do. I love.
What games?
I loved going to baseball games. I've been
Mm-hmm.
to I've been to Sox games. I haven't been to a Bulls game, but I've been to basketball games. I I love going to games because it's a different experience. So I'll go
Right.
to a baseball game. I'll go to a basketball game. I want to go to a Blackhawks game. Even a Chicago Wolves game. I'll be happy going to. It doesn't matter because that's a different experience than just being home and watching it.
Oh, it's totally different.
Yeah,
Like, I like to watch. I'll say hockey, but I only watch the Penguins. But we used to have
Penguins
where
hockey.
Penguins hockey.
Remember that?
Um, where I used to live in Texas, they had a local team, and that was fun to go and watch and experience that live because it's like a whole envelopment that you get into, and the crowd and the players, and it's a whole thing that you have to experience at least once in your life.
Yeah, that's what I did. I like my senior year. That's when I got involved, and I was like, all right, this year I'm gonna be more involved in school spirit and all that. So I went to fucking their games and stuff like that. I've been to Wrigley Field just because my high school team played there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it was like for the state championship, and I think they won it.
Nice.
Yeah, they did. And that's the only time I was really there, and that's probably like the old field too, because I think they remodeled it. Um, but yeah, I haven't been to many other kind of sports, but it is a different feel because it's a different energy, and the same thing goes for like wrestling events. It's a different energy. Like
Hmm.
I always tell people if you're not a fan, it's okay. At least go to a show and you're promised to have fun. I mean,
Yeah,
you'll feed off the
regardless.
yeah, you'll feed off the crowd, especially an independent one. An
Hmm.
independent one where you're actually there and more closer and intimate with everybody and shit like that, and more part of the show than something say like a WWE or AEW kind of show. But an independent one, when you're just in a small little room or whatever, and you're
Hmm.
just there, more part of it, that's way more fun. And when it comes to sports like that, I guess too. I think, but I think if it's like one of those kind of like if you got a kid and they're playing sport, well, I guess if you care about your kid, then yeah. I know I got a kid who plays sports, so I don't know. So I'll just be there watching and I'll be like, hey, man, this is kind of cool. Huh? He look cute, little running around. Look at him. I hope he busts his shit. That would be me. But if I guess I had a kid, I'll be like, yeah, hey, go, no, over there. God damn it. I love you still, but shit.
Cousin in Spanish.
Yeah, God, shit. That's not my boy. That's not my boy.
So
You
my
know what? Take
My
him out. Put
sisters
my daughter in. Oh, what?
my sisters were into sports, so we used to go watch them play like softball and volleyball and basketball and all that stuff. So that was kind of fun to get into that whole world of people and angry parents and people that really get way too into it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Softball's my shit because the ball is bigger,
It's huge.
easier
It's
to
like a
hit.
pumpkin.
Uh-huh.
And they throw it slow. They're like,
Yep. And then you just block out. Send that shit flying. I love kickball too. I'll
yes.
kick the shit out of that ball.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker went flying. I'm
What
talking
about
about like,
playing sports? Did you play any?
oh, growing up, hell yeah, hell yeah. That was a thing to do. Hell yeah. I care? No, but I would play. My friends on the block they play sports like crazy. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I played basketball
I did too.
majorly. Yeah, basketball I majorly played. I was a fool on the free throw line, so I was that what shooting guard, right? I think that's what it is, or is it point guard?
Point guard.
Probably point guard, right? The one that's focused on the fucking free throw line area. Um, did I play like in a team? No, but like occasionally or casually, I guess you say, I played basketball. I played not football so much. I even tried soccer once, and I was a goalie. It
I did
sucked.
too. I did in first grade and I was terrible.
Yeah.
My coach
Um.
like yelled at me to get off the field.
Ooh, shit. See, I didn't have no coaches yelling at me. Thank God. It's just I didn't like the whole like team thing because it was like I gotta stay after school and I gotta fucking train. Get
Mm-hmm.
out of here. I'm going home. I'm watching Power Rangers. I'm playing video games. I'm doing me, baby. I ain't getting nobody to tell me what to do. But I play sports with my friends. Softball, baseball, whatever. I remember we played baseball once. Yeah, it was baseball. We were playing baseball once, and I was a fool with the once if I could hit the ball, that motherfucker was flying. So I'm a little kid, and I'm up to bat, and we're playing in the like the elementary school parking lot, which is on the block I lived. And I'm up to bat, and there comes these the fucking older kids and like the bulliest motherfuckers. They're like, oh, everybody, he's coming up to bat. We gotta get in closer, get in closer. and and I remember Scooby's sister. He's all like, shut up, leave him alone. And then they pitched it to me, and I whacked it. That motherfucker went across the street to the other
Oh
side,
shit.
and everybody turned to that dude. It was like, ah! And I ran that fucking shit. I got my home run that in his face, dude. That was a beautiful moment, and it was beautiful because everybody really did like. I think I had this conversation with Scooby that like everybody stuck up for me, and they didn't
Mm-hmm.
have to, but everybody was like, "Nah, man, because we really liked you and you were a little good kid and shit." But everybody really did stuck up for me, and that was one of those moments where they like stuck up for me. It was like, hey, shut up, and then I think they told me something like, go, hit that shit. And I guess I had that fucking like that fuel, and I was like, I'm gonna show him. I know I had that. I'm gonna show him.
Yeah.
Everybody get closer.
Fuck you.
Home run. Fuck you, motherfucker. That'll show you. That'll show. I had my moments in sports. I enjoy sports. It was fun. Can I do it now? No, I'ma
Hell no.
die. I'ma fucking die.
Hell no.
I don't know how these guys do it for so long. I think I'm at the age where they mostly retire.
Yeah, especially like local sports. Like you're in like the elder group with like the
Mm-hmm.
dad leagues and you know stuff like that. And I'm older than you, so like everything hurts if I try to do anything active.
Yeah. Nah. Fuck that. That's why I give a lot of props to like professional wrestlers,
Oh yeah.
cuz they put their bodies on the fucking line, and we got people who are old as hell still doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Forget that, man. Like I see my tapes of me as a teenager doing it, and that shit was cool then. I try to do it now. I could my matches have to last at least maybe like fucking 2 minutes, and that's it. You know, I'm one in, out, done. Now I'm gonna
Tag 'em the
die.
bag 'em.
Yep, that's it. Like, hey, just hit me and pin me. I'm over with. That's it.
And there's people still doing it at our age. Like, you know, the local leagues and stuff like that. And people still play sports, and or they'll have like a league that they have from work. Like when I worked for Best Buy, we had a Best Buy baseball team.
Did you
And
guys ever play
even
against Circuit City?
no, I wish we just played other Best Buys. But even
Nah,
then, I was like,
you guys did it wrong. You
yeah,
guys did it wrong. You were supposed to play against like Circuit City and then Target and shit. Just go down the line, take everybody out. That's how it should have been.
no, we just played each other. But even then, I was like, I'm not playing because I smoke and I'm not gonna be running up and down the field coughing my ass off.
That's when you realize that these people who play sports and are like dedicated to the game and make a living playing it and entertaining us, they are superhuman, you know,
Yeah,
to do this, to train, to be better and better, and to put their bodies to the limits and do things that not everybody can do. And it's true, like some people have the talent for it, you know.
look at
I'm
people
Puerto
like Brett Favre. He played forever
Yeah.
and kept retiring. Then when he would come back, and I was like, how? Like, because I'm at that age now that he was then, and I'm like, fuck that. I don't even want to go walk the dogs.
Like, right, like he had to be like super bored to come back
Yeah.
or something. Super bored or needed money. I doubt is the money part. Is like super bored. Fuck it, I'll do it again. All I do is throw a ball. All I do is throw a ball. Fuck it. Hey, the Dro, bro. That's a good question, Dro. Best fictional sport.
Fictional
Oh,
sport? What was the damn it. That movie, oh shit. It's not Razor Ball. Rollerball. Was that it?
rollerball, like with I know what you're talking about. The OG one or the fucking crazy ass remake with LL
The
Cool J
remake.
and
Yeah. The remake.
there was
Where
like
they're
one
in Russia
part of
and
the
shit.
there was like one part of the movie where it was in night vision.
Yep. For like 30 minutes.
Oh man.
Basketball. I love that movie and the game. Like you can actually look up the actual rules to that game on the internet.
People playing it.
Yeah, people play it.
That's crazy.
I say
That's cool as shit.
dodgeball, but dodgeball's pretty much a real sport now.
I mean, if you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball. Even when you said rollerball, I'm thinking about the one from Alita. I forgot what that one was called.
That was a cool game too.
Yeah, basically the same shit,
Yeah.
but just more fucking intense with cyberpunk kind of shit.
Yep.
Oh my god, Alita. I fucking love Alita. Um, I'm surprised no one mentioned the fucking Harry Potter one, the Quidditch.
Quidditch, yeah.
There's Quidditch.
If you could fly on a broom, people would so play that game.
Oh hell yeah! Plus people would be flying brooms everywhere.
Fucking falling off drunk and killing themselves.
Ultimate Frisbee. I almost joined one of those, but I didn't like the concept. Danny didn't like the concept of Ultimate Frisbee. Why? Gears of War football? What's Gears of War football? That just seemed like they don't tackle you down. They just get the fucking Lancer gun and
The
just fucking
chainsaw.
chainsaw you.
Yeah.
I got the ball. Thrash ball?
What's thrashball?
I
That
don't
sounds
know.
rad though. That sounds like some sport that they play in school and everybody get hurt. All right, everybody playing thrashball today. Ah.
See, that's what you picture. I picture that you go right and you get the ball, and then you gotta like thrash on the guitar or something. I don't know what else after that. I'm still making the game as it goes. Hey, you seen the movie The Ridiculous Six, right?
No, I haven't.
The Adam Sandler one. Okay,
Uh-uh.
it's on Netflix. Look, people always talk shit about like all his movies are just bad, bad, bad. I loved his last one that was like the Halloween one. I forgot what it's called, Dewey something or Dewey whatever. That shit was actually pretty funny and pretty good. But this Ridiculous Six one, there's a part where they bump into this guy, and it's what's his name? The dude from Kingpin, also from Transformers. That actor. He shows up like in Adam Sandler movies. Remember Don't Mess with the Zohan? The guy who was
Yeah,
the enemy of the Zohan? That actor?
I love that guy.
Yeah. So he's this guy and just in this field, and they're like, "Hey, are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm just trying to come up with a game." It's like, "Oh, okay. Matter of fact, you guys want to help me?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, sure." And it's like, "All right." So John Turturro, there you go. He's
There
playing
it
this
is.
guy,
I was
and he's like, "Yeah,
Googling
yeah,
it.
we'll help you out." And then it's this whole fucking segment of them coming up with baseball, and it's hilarious because he's just making it up as it goes. And Adam Sandler and his boys are just like, all right, man, I guess whatever. And then at the end, it's like, good luck with that, man. I don't think that's gonna go anywhere, but it was pretty a pretty funny moment of them coming up with baseball. That reminded me of Robin Williams stand up when he was like, how did they come up with golf?
Oh, I
Remember that?
love that bit. Yeah, the Scottish guys. He's like, "Can you do this once?" He's like, "No, 18 fucking times."
Yeah. Fuck no. Fucking Robin Williams. I just found out he was from Chicago. I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah.
So that makes sense why there's this big mural of him right here in this neighborhood.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's his face, and then around him is just the genie.
Oh nice.
Yeah, anybody could look it up. If you just look up Robin Williams Logan Square or Robin Williams mural Logan Square, and it'll pop up. And it's on. It was put on the wall of this.
Oh nice.
You see it, right?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's right there. It was painted on the wall for a live event place. They do a lot of freaking concerts there. It's a little place that do concerts and whatnot. Used to be a nightclub. Now there's just for little concerts. But yeah, it's a beautiful mural, and I guess because I always wonder, like, all right, I guess we just because that's what happens around here. They just do murals, and you're just thinking, all right, well, it's just big fan. But I guess that makes more sense now that I know that he was like born in Chicago and came from Chicago.
Mhm.
So it's like, oh, okay, well then that's real sweet. That's really sweet to know.
They're starting to do that here where they're painting murals all over town so that people can take selfies with them.
That's the whole point. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a tourist attraction. So that's what that is. It's funny because on that block or that strip, I guess there's a lot of murals. There's like a block down from that Robin Williams one. There's just this open lot, and there's a wall, and then on there is just this famous Chicago mural,
Mhm.
and people just always putting up there and taking pictures. And now next to that mural, it's a big ass fucking Quincy Jones mural. It's just Quincy Jones' face right there, and I'm like, okay. So yeah, that's a hot spot. I think they purposely leave that lot open so people can just go there and take pictures on the thing. It's been a big tourist attraction for
That's
sure.
cool.
The players saying go, he's like, don't mind me, I'm just watching the game. Whenever,
I can hear
whenever,
it upstairs.
whenever the World Cup happens at work, because I worked around a lot of fucking Latinos and mostly Mexicans, they were just going crazy about that, just talking about it. And then I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. And that's mean, but it's true. But I guess it's the same way if I'm talking about like say it's WrestleMania. It's like oh shit, and they're like we don't care. We stopped watching it back then. Like, but you don't get it. That's what I say. You don't get it.
That's how football people are. They're always like talking about stats and stuff like that, and they're like, "You don't get it." I'm like, "I don't want to get it. Not a fan."
Not a fan. Did enjoy the games back in the day though. I did enjoy the games. I remember playing like Madden 95
Mm-hmm.
against my brother one morning before we went to freaking Six Flags Great America. that's that's the one football game I remembered. I remember playing the soccer game on the Sega Genesis with Scooby and having a fucking ball, cracking up over how fucked up we are. Basketball games used to be my shit until like I think the last great basketball game I had was probably like on the Dreamcast. I think after that it was like whatever. Um, yeah, I really don't care or mind anything. NBA Jam was the greatest basketball game of all time, though.
I think one of my favorite basketball games was Hoops on NES.
Oh
That
shit,
was
taking it
fucking
back.
fun.
What about Double Dribble?
I remember that,
Double Dribble.
but Hoops was my jam.
LeBron James Fortnite wings Muriel, you better deface it. Nah, just kidding. It's funny because with basketball games, that's what Space Jam 2 is all about. A basketball game, like video game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know what? I went into that like, all right, whatever. Let's just watch this. It might be a little bit enjoyable, and I ended up fucking like really enjoying myself watching the movie. The beginning was like, like just let's just get to it kind of shit,
Yeah.
I get the build up, but I was like, let's just get to it, and then we got to it where he finally Toon World and Bugs and then all that, and then it's WB and it's like Space Jam meets Ready Player One, so it's just every fucking WB IP is just thrown in your face in there, and I heard people like complaining about that. It's like it's just a whole bunch of fucking not products, but a whole bunch of IPs, I guess, a whole bunch of WB shit just being thrown in your face.
Yeah.
But when I saw it, I was like, this is fucking hilarious because we had tunes in different movies
Mm-hmm.
and it was funny. And I don't want to, unless you don't give a shit, but I don't want to give away like some of the moments.
I
But it was
liked the
funny.
original, so I'd like to see the sequel.
Yeah, and it's funny because you say it's not really a sequel because they they have moments where they talk about it. It's like, so you're telling me you want to play a basketball game and or whatever with us to blah blah blah, and then he's like yeah, and he's like kind of sounds familiar, and then looks at the screen and shit, and then he's like, who you looking at? So they hint at that, they hint at oh yeah, we've been there already, but they don't really like say it's a fucking direct sequel. It's enjoyable, but there's one thing that I'll say that I knew while I was watching the movie, and it was pointed out in the video, like honest trailers, but I knew it was there. But you gotta remember that this is just a movie about like it's a kids movie,
Right.
number one, and it's just a movie about some fucking basketball player playing with the fucking cartoons and a fucking digital world. I mean, what more do you want from it? I think it's
Seal.
just I think it's just the big nostalgia kind of shit. Yes, if it was Michael Jordan, it would have been the greatest thing ever. We had to go with LeBron for some reason. I don't know why.
But does it have Seal on the soundtrack again? Because that's all that
Oh
matters.
man, actually no, they don't.
So that sucks.
They don't have Seal. The soundtrack it's decent. It's decent. The opening is not as great as the first Space Jam, because that nothing can beat that. That fucking shit like started like
Yeah.
everybody get up. That shit got you hyped. This one was like, it just happened, and then you just like hurry up and start, and then it starts, and you're like, all right, cool. But then as the movie goes, there's fucking tracks that pop up really nicely with the movie and get hype, and then the game is really cool because it's a video game concept. So there's like power ups and all this shit and all
Oh,
crazy
wow.
stuff, and it's really hyped up. Uh, It's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. But the concept, like I said, the concept is basically the same shit as fucking Hook. Really, it's
That's
the
my
it,
movie.
yeah, it's the same fucking thing. And I knew it. I saw it. I caught it. And I was like, whatever. Just keep going. But it's pretty decent. It's straight. I'm not gonna knock it because of nostalgia trip or whatever stuff like that. Like, yes, Space Jam is god tier, and then this one is just on his own little level right there. That's because like I was surprised, dude. I was laughing my fucking ass off first time I watched it
What,
because
Space Jam?
the new one, yeah, the
Oh,
old one of
yeah.
course, but yeah, the new one because do I don't do trailers and shit like that, or
Hmm.
clips or anything. So nothing is spoiled for me. I'll see like a teaser. After I see the movie, then I'll see the trailer, and then when I see trailers, I'm like, damn, they just gave everything away. You know?
Like
I saw,
like the new escape room. He gave away like the whole movie.
yeah, and I think I was forced to just look at that too. But I never seen the first one, and I always wanted to.
Oh, it's so
So
good.
I gotta check it out. So hopefully I don't remember nothing, and I'm still good for the second one. But yeah, like I don't nothing is spoiled for me. So I went into it fresh, and none of the jokes or gags was revealed for me. People spoiled one big gag or joke, and but it was still funny when it happened. But other than that, yeah, I was fucking dying laughing at that shit. So it was a fun time. And I'm happy I had a fun time. Unlike other
That's
people who be
good.
like, man, what the fuck. Because I don't want to be that person who watch something and be like, ugh, the fuck was this.
Right.
And I just wasted my damn time. Like that's how I feel. Some people went with Fast Nine. They say that and they're like, "The fuck is this?" When I watched it, and I was just dying laughing. That's how you watch that movie. You die laughing at the absurdity and
Oh,
how
I'm
much of
sure.
how much of a fucking like comic book movie it is. You just die laughing at it, and I love it. I love stuff like that because I just love shit. I love fun shit. I love fun shit. And speaking of Fast Nine, someone put something. They asked this question: Batman with prep time. Oh no, Batman with, or is it Batman without prep time? Let me see. Hold on. Give me one moment, please. Did not go anywhere.
She played Jeopardy music while we're waiting.
Well, I already got there. So it said Batman with prep time versus Dominic Toretto and his family. Who will win?
I still say Batman.
You still say Batman? I don't know, man. These fucking Dominic and his family have faced a lot of odds. I'm pretty sure. Danny says Batman. Who else says Batman? I got people talking about Twisted Metal, a sport game. I guess so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so. It's competition.
Yeah.
I love those games. I think I had all of them for PlayStation.
Batman family versus Dom family, Dawn of Justice. I like that.
Dawn of Justice.
I like that. If we're talking about sports, then let's talk about the what is the present and the future of sports. Esports. Do you consider that a sport?
What is esports?
Esports is gaming. When people play like tournaments against each other, like Overwatch. That's an esport. You have this team of 6 versus another team of 6, and
I
it's
mean,
gaming.
yeah, it is. I mean, you're using parts of your body. I mean, you're still doing things that, has professionals and beginners and stuff like that. You have the people that are, really competitive about it, and the ones
Yeah,
that do go to like championships and stuff like that, they actually win money, so it's a legitimate sport.
it's true. Doesn't that piss you off?
Kind of.
You're like, damn it,
'Cause
man. If I had known this was a thing, I would have fucking dedicated my life to gaming.
if they would have had competitions for like hoops on NES, I would have been the shit.
Ooh, shit. Time to go back in time.
Yeah.
Time to go back in. And
for
it was
some.
funny because they had things back then too. We didn't know. I didn't
Yeah.
know. I didn't know they had shit back then, but there was things back then. And now there's it's a like I heard there's colleges that actually just form teams for esports.
See, that's I feel like I've missed out on something in my life then because I think I would have been good at some of those. There's not a lot of things that I'd want to play now, but unless it's like GTA, the competition.
And GTA is there's nothing but competitions in that too. The GTA Online,
Mm-hmm.
they got everything, racing, the
Yeah,
fucking just I just can't think of racing, but they have a whole bunch of competition. Of course, just killing each other, stuff like that.
pretty much.
You got I think esports is more of a team thing, right? I don't think.
Yeah, you play in a big team.
But then they have the ones like Street Fighter tournaments, you know.
Yeah,
And I think that's still considered like an esport.
it's still a sport. I mean, like I said, your hand-eye coordination, you have to be mentally and your reflexes.
If speed walking is a sport, then esport is a sport. That's the player. Oh shit! I just lost my train of thought because I read that and I had something. Fuck. Fuck.
Oh yeah, we used to have
Backtrack.
arcade tournaments when we were kids.
Backtrack. Oh, I was gonna. Oh yeah, arcade turn. I used to go with my friend to the. Because back then we would walk everywhere. Of course, we're
Yeah,
fucking kids. But there was this restaurant that had arcade games, and they had like the newest Mortal Kombat and King of Fighters and whatnot. And he was pretty good at this, right? Not me, of course. I didn't care. I just saw him playing. I was like, wow, I want to be that good and shit. And I'll see him go over there, and I always say like, you're gonna hustle these people because he was good. He was
mm-hmm.
good. Like he would fuck people up in the arcades, and he would just go and hustle motherfuckers and beat them up. He didn't like win any money on that anything like that, but he would like really really fucking beat them up. And this guy was good. Like he was a little bit older than me, so when he was over my crib and I had the new Mortal Kombat and we'll play, and then he beat my ass, and I was a little crybaby. I was like, get out of my house! Fucking hate you! And he's like, all right. And he left. He went home, and then after I cooled down, I was like, man, I feel stupid. And then my ass walked over to his house, go to the door. He opens it. He just eating a sandwich, like, yeah, what's up? And his little sister comes, and I'm just like, I'm sorry I kicked you out, man. I didn't mean to, blah, blah. He's like, oh, man, it's all good. Because he already knew how it was. Why was he hanging with me? I don't know. He was a little bit older than me, but he was my best friend, and he liked hanging with me. It was cool, but I was a little crybaby, man. I cried about him beating my ass in Mortal Kombat.
Nice.
He schooled me.
So I
He
was a Mortal
treated me.
Kombat 3 fanatic,
Yeah, you
and
did those running combos.
oh yeah, like combos, fatalities, friendships, everything. Like I was like my mission to know what you were gonna do before I did.
Mmm. Look at that. Look at that. You should you should try to see if you could bring it back in the new MK11 and
Oh no,
fucking.
I suck.
You don't want to be Arnold Schwarzenegger or Rambo fucking people up.
Hell yeah. But like, remember a few years ago when one of the Street Fighters was free,
Uh huh.
like on Xbox, and everybody was playing it.
Yeah.
I thought I was like, I had some of that ego from back then with my Mortal Kombat. I'm like, I used to play Street Fighter, I used to be pretty good. I got my ass whooped,
he got he got
just dominated.
treated.
I was like, this isn't even fun anymore. Like people like Ashy just destroyed me, and I was like, I'm not even gonna play.
And then this really gets you pissed off because these are people you
Yeah,
can't even see. So they're like somewhere else and they're over there like, ah. You just picture them or just some little 7-year-old fucking you up.
hell
Danny
yeah.
asked Danny asked a question for you. MK3 or Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3? You don't know which one you did?
I played Mortal Kombat 3 on Sega Genesis. It wasn't the Ultimate. I don't think I ever. I'm trying to think if I ever played Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. I think I did in the arcade, but the one that I played at home was just regular Mortal Kombat 3.
I would have played more Mortal Kombat 3 if an old classmate didn't fucking steal my game when I invited him over my house
Oh, what a bitch.
and denied it.
Bitch move.
Fucking asshole. I thought we were cool, man. I thought we were boys.
Not when people steal your shit.
Fucking kids, man.
Well, tell people where
Fucking
they can find
kids.
us.
Oh, you can find me on the corner. I'm selling fucking tamales. You can find us on
Hold on,
machine.
guys.
You can find. I got rojo, verdes,
Churros.
spicy ones. I got churros. You can find us on Machine Room Podcast. God damn it! I need to know how to speak. You can find us at machineroompodcast.com, and right there is your number one source, everything Machine Room, where you can listen to us on every form of wherever you can listen to podcasts. So we're talking iTunes, Spotify, Audible,
Except iHeartRadio, because they can eat a dick.
There you go. Everywhere except iHeartRadio because they can eat a dick. And we're clearly not going to be part of their iHeartRadio concerts.
No.
We're not going to host a damn thing. And you can check us out on YouTube at Real Machine Room, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because it says right there in the bottom. I'm a dumbass. Follow us on fucking Twitter and Facebook, not the Instagram because we fucked that up. So I don't even know why it's still there.
But it
and
still works. People can still follow, but we don't post anything.
Yeah, we don't post a damn thing. I thought Naz was gonna sell some street corner ass for episode 69. I should have. They were saying, you saw them earlier say for episode 100 we just have a fucking esport tournament or whatever, like Street Fighter.
That can happen.
I got you guys are free to beat our. That's why when I hate people, it's like, hey, let me fight you, let me play you, and I'm like, no, because I know you're gonna beat my ass, and I know you want to have fun just beating my ass, and. But now, if it's like a fun, casual kind of thing, I'll fight people in Smash Brothers, the Power Ranger game, and sometimes I just like fuck it, and then get my ass whooped and just have fun with it. Cause the whole point is to have fun with it, you know. I'm not that little kid who will kick you out of my house anymore if you keep beating my ass, you know. my favorite way of playing fighting games is like make it as real as you can.
Right.
I remember playing Dead or Alive against my friend Josue, and I'll take the music off, and it'll just be like the sound of like whatever is in the game. Mostly if it rains really good, and then just look at each other, and then you know, and then block, and then let him attack, and then try to attack. Never just go all at it. Just taking our time, make it look like a real martial arts kind of movie and shit like that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. The best kind of way of playing fighting games. I love it. I love it a lot.
We could do that for 100.
We could game for 100 and have you guys involved because you guys have been here and you deserve to beat our ass, or if we're lucky, beat your ass. That's the truth. And I'd like to thank everybody for being here. Episode 69, even though it says fucking 68. What's the point of me putting the thing if
I told you it doesn't matter what you do because I always have to fix it.
It's fucking shit. Well, this is episode 69. And if you were expecting us 69, I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. But if you want to imagine it in your head, go right ahead. You're free to listen to us on the toilet or while you're at work. And if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you for watching us. You guys are the best. Thank you to the people in the chat room on Twitch. And come join us on the Twitch Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Central so far. So, 69, everybody. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you got pleased. We're out of here. Peace out. Love, peace, and chicken grease. And we'll catch you next time on episode 70.
And above.
We're getting too old for this shit.
Good night, everybody.